Hey there, guys. It's Kevin again. Just had a strange thought on my head about gloves, why people are wearing um, like surgical gloves or medical gloves or whatever kind of glove protection. And the thing that really raises a red flag for me is I've worked many years with gloves. I've worked with caustic chemicals and materials that are not good for your skin. So I understand the concept of adding a barrier between it. What I've always noticed is that when I'm done with my gloves with my work, and I take them off, my hands are all sweaty and kind of like swollen when you get the when you sit in the tub too long, kind of deal. And for me, that tells me that my skin is more permeable to infection, um, more permeable to anything that I touch because um, it's moist and expanded, and it's ready to take in um, more things from its environment than if my hands were dry. So I have these questions and concerns about gloves and why people wear them all day for protection, when in the end, having dry skin is probably just as useful or even more useful for people who are just sitting at home. You're not in an ER where you have 50 or 100 or however many people go through nowadays, maybe less because people are afraid of going to the hospital for minor injuries and such. So you're not dealing with the same kind of input or throughput. Um, and I don't really understand why someone like me, sitting at home, would think that wearing gloves all day and making your hands sweaty and disgusting would help protect them when everything you touch on the glove is going to eventually probably come down to the cuff. And maybe with moist hands, enter inside of the barrier that you wanted to use to protect you. So perhaps someone can give me some insight and help me understand why um, regular Joes living at home right now should or shouldn't be wearing gloves like they're fucking doctors. Um, because perhaps that causes a shortage for people who actually do need them, like medical staff or EMT. Um, and it also might increase the risk of infection if they don't understand that they have to keep their hands dry. So if someone has some input, maybe can help me understand what I'm missing with that. Again, it's just concerns that I have based on previous observations in my life, previous experience working with gloves and the effects that they have on my skin, and trying to understand how that's useful in combating, um, an airborne um, virus that tends to live in water droplets. You know, if your skin is wrinkly and moist, like it's been in water too long, it's probably going to have absorbed a lot of that water, and that opens the pores and makes it more permeable to infection. So if someone has an answer, or maybe just wants to, rebuke me for having some strange, silly idea about it, please let me know because it's very confusing for me. I don't wear gloves because I know that they will make my hands all sweaty and grummy, and then everything I touch after that will go into my skin. So um, thank you for your time with that. Uh, Please let me know if I'm running off the walls or anything. Thanks.